Hello everyone, I am Reversal and today I will be bringing you a video of Elements of Fury, which is a game designed by Gree and IUGO Entertainment, which are the creators of Knights and Dragons. And I'm happy to inform you guys that this is actually the very first video made about Elements of Fury on YouTube, so that's actually quite a feat. So I'm going to show you guys how the game works, what to expect from the guys, and how, in a few ways, I can tell you already, this game is so similar to Knights and Dragons, you'll be surprised at it. First of all, I really like the theme of the game, right? It's like futuristic, some sort of, like, if I take a look at the fighters that I'm having, I really get like a Street Fighter feel to it. So we're just going to quickly go into the mechanics of the game to see how the game works, what I think of it, what you guys can expect from the game, and in which ways the game is actually very similar to Knights and Dragons. I'm actually surprised there isn't actually like a trailer up for this game, because, you know, Gree has a huge audience. There's like more than, I don't know, 100 million people playing Knights and Dragons or something. I don't even know. Really, that isn't all that interesting. For this game, we're going to look how the game works. And the way we're going to do is, first we're going to go to the world map. And over here you can actually see what you have unlocked or what not. And if you go to the right top corner, we can see we unlock the slums, city proper, sewers, Hyperion, the Ink Tower, and etc, etc. So there's one thing you need to take into consideration. The music is louder here for some reason. I don't really know why. But you know what? For now, we'll just go to the bamboo forest, because we have that unlocked, and it's a little bit further into the game. And under each stage, you can see the stage, of course, gets progressively harder. There are always 5 stages to each area. And under the stage, you can see how much energy is going to cost you to do the stage. So this stage is going to take you 25 energy to do. And after you press the stage, you can actually assemble your team. Now the way it works is actually a little bit confusing in the beginning. If you look at the top, it says Team 1 cost 4 out of 43. 43 stands the total amount of influence that I'm having. You start off the game by having like 6 influence, and once you level up, you will get more influence. So at level 17, you will have 43 influence to use. At the right side, you see the amount of players that I'm having who are actually part of my team. So if you take this guy, he will be added in here and here and here and here and here. Sorry for the jump cut. This video is going to have a few jump cuts out there, so please pay me no mind for that. I'm not going to mention them again. But at the bottom of each fighter you see the inf cost. That's actually the influence cost, if you haven't guessed by now. So that way you'll be capable of assembling your team. One way to set up your team is also by auto set the team, just like this, and you have the strongest fighters out there, which is a pretty neat feature, and it saves you a lot of effort going through every single element of this game. I want to let you guys know how the elements work. Water beats fire, fire beats spirit, spirit beats earth, and earth beats lightning, and lightning of course beats water again. So yeah, if you have a specific type of fighter, it's going to have a benefit against other fighters, which is pretty straightforward information if you know how games like this work. At the left side, we can add friends to our team. Right now, this fairy is actually bugged right now, so I can add him right now. It will show up once I'm attacking, but it doesn't really add anything right now. So let's just go ahead and jump into a battle here, round 1. And as I said, it kind of gives me like the Street Fighter feel, 3 against 3, and here we can do special attack, and I really like the animation, very much so, and I really think that Gree took a great deal of effort on creating all of this, and I really like the way it's set up, even better than Knights and Dragons. The special attacks and just the graphics in general are just better. I feel compared to Knights and Dragons, this is a little bit, you know, more, I don't want to say realistic, but it's definitely less cuter. Except for the girls, because girls are cute, you know what I mean, right? So, gonna try to quickly finish off this battle. So far my people are doing relatively well against these guys. We're having some trouble. The top line is already knocked out. but the other two are still intact, and we're going to fight the boss here. And unlike Knights and Dragons, you don't have to finish off the guys with a special attack. You can just keep on attacking. It won't like do anything special for you. So we KO'd the guy, and we are going to recruit people. Like, if you finish up a quest and you defeat the boss, there's a chance for you to actually be capable of recruiting some people out there. So that's pretty cool. Now, over here we have missions, and I really like the way the missions are set up, and I definitely, for the people who are actually using this as a guide, follow the missions, because if you don't follow the missions, you're not gonna be capable of leveling up at all. So this is actually the way battles work, and I want to show you guys something. Like, if we go back to where we were, you see at the top side that we have 111 energy left. There are 3 ways to recover your energy. The first way is by waiting. Basically, if you aren't familiar with the concept of energy, just allow me to explain. Energy will replenish over time. In Elements of Fury, you will gain 1 energy every 25 seconds. This happens when you are online playing the game, but also when you're offline playing the game, because this game is connected to a server which actually records how long the game passes by for. So if you're online, you're only capable of playing this game when you're online. And yeah, that's one way to get energy. The second way to get energy is by leveling up. If you know that you're going to level up with your last energy, it's a smart thing to do so, because it's going to restore every single bit of energy that you have left. So this is a nice way to get some more energy. And the third way I'm going to show you guys is you can actually buy energy with cash, and you can buy cash, of course, with real-time money. There's 2 currencies in the game. First one being coins. Coins can be used to do cool stuff, which I'll get to in a second. And the second one is cash, which you can get the premium stuff of the game, being very much like pay to win in the game. You know how this kind of stuff works. I don't really need to explain all these. So yeah, I explained how the team works, and so now let's just quickly jump into town. And in town we have the relaxing music again that I like, and I'm going to explain every single feature of the town. So first off, we have our buildings, and our buildings are basically there for us to collect money over time. And you probably wonder, how long is it going to take you to collect off every single bit of money? Well, let me just quickly go to the shop then. At the shop you can purchase buildings. You can also purchase them by just clicking on the empty space. And over here you can see at the top, for example, the Lookout Tower, it's going to have a regeneration rate of, it's going to generate 180 coins an hour, and it's capable of storing 90 coins max. So it's going to max out relatively fast, and you need to check on the game a lot if you're building this building. The park is even worse. It's going to give you the ability to store up to 20 max, but its regeneration rate is crazy with 600 an hour. So you might want to get that if you're online a lot. But if you're going to get offline, you want to consider like removing them for something that I don't know. For example, what is a good example to do this with? A windmill or a small factory, even better so. So yeah, in my town I currently have a few small factories because I don't plan on being online too much. And another nice feature of these is that they are all upgradable until I think level 10. So I'm not sure about this. I cannot confirm this, unfortunately. But that's not the purpose of this video, right? It's just to show you guys what the mechanics are. So that's how you get buildings. And over here you can unlock buildings. It's going to cost you more each time you unlock it, and you're gonna have to wait again in order to do so. As you can already guess, this game really isn't a proactive game. You're not online all the time just doing your stuff. I mean, you can do that, but after some time you run out of stuff to do. So this is pretty much a casual game, and I really like the fact that it's a casual game. So, you know, it might not be appealing to you guys because of the casual part of it, but yeah, sometimes a game appeals to you and another game does not. Next up, the training field. Now, how does the training field work? Pretty simple. You place in a guy, let's say this one, and now actually I'm gonna put this uncommon girl in. Is it a girl? Yeah, it's a girl. And you're going to add someone randomly, like this guy. You're going to add him. And at the bottom it says how much it's going to cost you to train them. Now, I'm going to add these two guys because I need 1,000 coins to show you guys something off as well. And if you train them, you just press on train. They will be used and absorbed, and you never get those warriors back. So take note of that. And they'll be added into Lathe, and she's going to level up quite a bit, and she's got a few nice stats right now. So we might use her in the future. So that's how training works. That's the way to level up your units. The way to get your units stronger in another sense is by fusing them. And I really like this feature, but it requires you to have 2 of the same type people, and let's just go ahead and fuse them. And again, I really like the animation in this. You know, I really like the way it's set up. And instead of a common, it's going to become a common plus. And while we're on topic of that, there are a few ranks of rarity which each fighter has. You got different ones which are you got different ones which are uncommons. You got commons, but you also got rare, super rare, ultra rare, and I believe the highest you can get is legendary. But legendary fighters aren't released yet, so you gotta stay tuned for that. In future updates they will definitely be there, I can assure you that much. So each rank on, like, let's say the common and the uncommon is set up by plus versions. You got plus and you got plus plus. So there are 2 types of plus that you can get up to. I'm not sure whether or not by fusion you will be capable of getting to an actual higher rank kind of units, but you know, to be honest, I didn't get to the point where I could test it out right now, but you might want to try it out, and maybe in a future video of me you'll be seeing that. So that's pretty much all I have to say about fusing. Next up, next building is over here. It unlocks at level 5 and is the PvP system of the game. The PvP really isn't all that interesting or impressive in this game, but I still feel they did a nice job in here. One thing I want to talk to you guys about is, you know what, I'm actually going to spend some cash in order to show you guys how it works. Now, if we take a look at the fight here, you can really establish your team like you did in the missions, but over here you got like 5 rounds of people to fight, and in each fight you're going to get more points when you beat them. But you need to take into consideration that it's going to cost you more energy as the rounds progress. So the first one takes 1 energy, then 2, 3, 4, and then we come to 5. So I'm going to use 5 energy to do this battle, and this battle looks really easy. As I said, this game is out less than a week now, so it really is easy to get high up the ranks. And we defeated Killer 33, and one thing that I do like about this game, which Knights and Dragons don't have, is the ability to add people to your friends after you defeated them or as you get pulverized. And we defeated the 5th guy, and we're going to get a prize for it. The prize isn't anything good, so I might have not wanted to do that, but yeah, nothing to do about that. And as usual PvP games, there is a leaderboard, and currently we are ranked 267. It took me like a day or so to get to this, so it really isn't hard to get to this at all. And you're going to get points based on which rank you got to, and right now we're on for the silver medal. Silver medal 2 to be exact. And we're gonna get keys. I'm gonna explain keys in a second, and we're gonna get cash for that. And yeah, the top 10, just quickly show you guys how the top 10 is doing. Top 10 crazy guys who spend a lot of money on the game, and you might be capable of getting there right now, but not without spending cash. Just to tell you up front how that works. It's like with every single game, they do this kind of stuff. Next up, we have a surprise for you guys. It is the epic boss. Of course, Knights and Dragons reference is the exact same thing, and also you're capable of getting Nemesis. And how you're gonna get Nemesis, I'm gonna tell you in a second. But I really like the way it's set up. You got different types of rewards here. If we get to, if we defeat this boss 15 times, it's going to get really strong, but we're going to get a rare for doing so. So you want to definitely aim for that if you can. And it goes all the way up to level 60, and you're going to get a boost if you manage to get to that. And the boost is basically like a training fusion boost type armor in Knights and Dragons, just to give you guys a heads up. So let's just go into a nemesis battle or a boss battle, and as you guys can probably already tell, he's very hard to defeat. But do not fret, if we don't manage to beat him now, we can always beat him later on, because he's going to retain his health for like 2 hours, and if you defeat him in that period of time, it will still count. So right now we almost killed him, so we're going to fight him again. And you don't necessarily need to do that by that screen. You can just go to the other screen and it says like boss HP recovers in 2 hours. So we're going to fight him once off again. Just like that. And we defeated Yobi for the 7th time, which is pretty cool. And as you can see, it goes up here again, and we need 3 more wins to get this special reward over here, which isn't really all that awesome, but whatever, it's free stuff, which is always good. So that pretty much covers everything in town, with the exception of the Lucky Trucker. Now, what I would advise you to save your money on is the Lucky Trucker. And the Lucky Trucker is divided into several ranks. You got the common van, the rare armor truck, and the premium big rig. As you can already tell, premium stands for content that you're paying for usually, but in the premium big rig you can actually win the nemesis. So what I advise you to do when you're playing this game is to actually save up your cash and buy at least one of these trucks, because the rewards is just going to give you such a big, you know, it's going to give you such a big advantage towards the rest of the game that you're gonna be off by an early start. And I actually made a mistake in this, but that actually brings me to my next point. Once you do something in the game, it's permanent, because I'm gonna quickly go to the help section of the game, and it's going to be at the very top. It's loading right now. But about account resets, we are not offering account resets at this time. If this policy changes in the future, we'll be letting everyone know. Thank you for your understanding in this matter. Basically what you're saying is, you know, screw you guys, we're never going to add that anyway, because that's the way Gree is. They don't add stuff like that unless it's beneficial for them. So you need to take into consideration that whatever you're doing is going to be permanent, and if you spend your cash, you cannot get it back whatsoever. So yeah, I'm going to give you guys a few tips here and there. First tip I'm going to give you guys is to turn on all notifications if you actually want to take this game a little bit serious by, yeah, let me just quickly turn on the sound a little bit. Okay. You want to turn on notification because it's going to tell you when your coins are capable of, when you're capable of getting your coins, when you got your energy recharged, when you can fight the epic boss again, when something comes up. It will just tell you, which is a pretty nice feature that they added in there. I think it's better than Knights and Dragons, because you can actually select over here which type of notifications you want to be telling you what's going on. Events, pretty much no events whatsoever right now. It's basically always PvP and the epic boss that is going to be different. Events are ongoing for a while, so you might want to jump into this as soon as you see this video. And when you do, please add me to your friends. If you haven't played this game yet, which I doubt, and you've finished the tutorial, you can use my friend code. I'm going to put the friend code in the description below so you can play together with me. Because there's one thing that the game is still missing, and those are guilds. There are no guilds out for the game yet, but rest assured they will definitely come out. Because if you take a look at every single one of Gree's games, they all have guilds, but they all came out later. So I'm gonna do you guys a favor by preparing for that, and I'm gonna save up a bunch of money for when our guild comes out. And our guild is going to be well, I suppose it's going to be exclusively for YouTube people, like people who are subscribed to my channel or watch my videos. They can join in the guild and we can have fun together. And I'll open up a line chat for that later on. How that works, you're going to see that in another video. But this is pretty much, you know, this pretty much covers everything about Elements of Fury. And, you know, the way the battles are set up is exactly the same as Knights and Dragons. You still got 5 levels. The only difference is that you have energy this time and not health. The arena is pretty much the same way it's set up, except for you know, you're gonna get points, and it's a little bit different from Knights and Dragons, but I like the system a lot as well. One way to get to 5 energy is by leveling up or gaining rewards, like completing the missions is actually pretty cool. You're going to get rewards based on what type of mission you're completing. This mission in particular looks pretty awesome. You're going to get 3 cash from finishing that, because that's also the way to get cash, you know. So also the epic boss, exactly the same story. Lucky Trucker is also very much the same as Knights and Dragons. So pretty much this game is a copy paste of Knights and Dragons in total, like entirely. It's just a copy paste of Knights and Dragons. But it's somewhat of a futuristic Street Fighter style. To be honest, I don't feel that this game is going to get hooked on as much as Knights and Dragons, because, you know, Knights and Dragons is a little bit more sophisticated. It's a little bit more polished, if you know what I mean. There's like the enhancement system or the fusion system works just way better in Knights and Dragons. But then again, I like the way this works too, because you don't have to craft and everything. So this pretty much covers everything, like a quick review for Elements of Fury. I'll be taking this on in the series of my games between Knights and Dragons. I'll be releasing Elements of Fury videos as well, so you guys can tune in as well. And if you guys like this video, make sure to boom, give it a thumbs up. This was it for Elements of Fury. I don't know when I will be releasing a new video for this game yet, but yeah, I'm gonna end things off here before I start rambling too much, because I noticed that I start rambling after the ending of the video. So this was me, Reversal, for Elements of Fury, signing off.